I advise company to really look at data transformation as a unique opportunity to press the reset button and get the upgrade. I think we need to recognize, first of all, the importance of the human side of AI. We find ourselves immersed in a narrative that is dominated by data, by technology, by algorithms, and we often overlook the effort that is often unsung and all the sweat that comes with it, and the effort of the people that actually put these technologies, these algorithms to work. And I advise companies to look after their people in three ways. First, managing the talent, having a clear definition of roles, career progression, and the skill development path for the data professionals. So managing data talent. Two, building an integrated organization for the data analytics team, picking one of the models that are available out there and that suit at best their current level of maturity, recognizing that companies are on a journey to utilize data analytics better and better over time as their maturity increases progressively. We need to recognize this progression as well. Three, ensure top-down sponsorship and driving also the right culture across the entire organization when it comes to data and AI, accepting database decisions, but also getting analysts and data professionals a seat at the table where and when decisions are actually made, which involves a lot of cultural acceptance. It takes time, but it's certainly worth it to look after these three aspects: talent, organization, and culture over time, progressively, and it pays very much high dividends as well. To visualize the importance of data fluency, we need to recognize that data analytics is a team sport. It's not an individual contribution, is not the effort on a selected subset of heroes in the data in the company, which are the data professionals, like data scientists. It's a team sport. Everyone is included. Data professionals alone actually will never be able to make it happen by themselves. And so we need data fluency across the entire organization because, one, in this way you can manage the fears that are often coming with the arrival of AI. And these are very legitimate fears, like that the algorithms are taking our jobs. And the only way to manage these fears, but also to demystify all the opportunities, is to be very inclusive and give everyone in the company, everyone a chance to really study, understand, explore the potential of data and AI. Two, you want to get a diffuse sponsorship and support, not only from top management. And to get this support, people need to know how this stuff works. That's why fluency is important, to give them a common, also a common dictionary to understand what we're talking about when we talk about data and AI. Third thing I would mention is that if you want to maximize business impact, you want business people to be part of the game, because the organization, the entire organization, knows the operating model of the company much better than what data professionals alone do. And so the only way to maximize is to involve everyone. It's a sport team. It's a sport team. We need to start from this. Top managers should understand that managing data and AI is becoming part of their job description. Is a new way of executing general management. So the manager of the near future, I'm not talking about the far future, but the very near one, will have to leverage both human and artificial resources to achieve their business objectives. They will have to orchestrate carefully the human and artificial aspects and foster a collaboration between them. They will know when to use data for their business needs, so they know the technologies. Okay, they need to stay curious about the technology, and they will also know what questions to ask about data when presented the next model by a data scientist or the results of a business analysis by a data analyst. So they will need to know what questions to ask, and this means that top managers need to stay very much close to what's going on in the data space and stay curious and learn and be part of the transformation. Indeed, data professionals are prone to some repeating sources of frustrations that are actually inherent within their job, and it's important they acknowledge the fact that that is actually part of the job to manage this sense of frustration. So I often like to talk whenever I have the opportunity to address data professionals about these frustrations and how to deal with them. And there are a few techniques professionals can actually use. One is, first of all, to always recognize the frustrations of the business users when it comes to data. The fact that data sometimes is not readily available, the quality of the data we read in reports and in dashboards is not always at the level we want. We want to acknowledge that. We want to recognize, explain what's going on under the hood, what is already happening and what should happen to to solve these issues, show the overall journey, making business partners part of the data journey of the company, and explain, what's going on. Another technique is to always co-create data capabilities together with business partner. They need to be our co-protagonists in the way capabilities are built. They need to be part of the design. They need to be involved on a frequent basis. They should be the heroes on our side of the data transformation. Another technique, another tip is to recognize that it is not enough for a data professional to be right. It is actually easier to be right than to be heard, than to be understood when it comes to data analytics. And so data professional needs to articulate concepts and the value algorithms bring beyond the simple number crunching, work on their communication, and recognize that it's not enough to be right, but it's important to be understood. When you try to adopt analytics and AI at scale in a company, it's like you are pushing a big reset button on the company. You're pushing a reset button on how processes work, on how information flows across the organization, on how people operate. And as you push this button, you're basically rethinking the way decisions are made. You are boosting the productivity so that humans can actually focus on human tasks and do less, leave more boring tasks to the machines, and also in a way that customers can benefit from a higher level of personalization and care. So the point here is that if with the excuse of rethinking the process because of data analytics, you are actually are upgrading your overall operating model. You are doing a big upgrade of what your company is. And I advise company to really look at data transformation as a unique opportunity to press the reset button and get the upgrade. I always hope that people take away from my speeches two things. The very first one is encouragement. Encouragement. I want to encourage everyone by bringing examples and frameworks that actually data can make a positive and sizable difference. They're going beyond the cliche of AI changing the world, seeing in practical terms and with proven and scientifically backed techniques how to get this done. So encouragement. The second thing is curiosity. So I always hope that by the end of the session, people are more curious about data and analytics than they actually were at the beginning. I encourage them to study, to read blogs, to take online courses, and to stay curious, enjoying the ride that they are on.